All right, everybody, stay tuned. I have $2,500 worth of merchandise that I received, and I will show you why and how I bought it. Look at this snow. All right, we got to get this box inside. Another wholesale order has arrived. Look at that. That has come from my wholesaler up in New York. Let's check it out. All right, so we have our wholesale box here. Let's give it open and talk about how I went through and made this purchase. All right, so let's talk about how I find a supplier, what I look for in a supplier, and then when I start to purchase from them. So I found this specific supplier at ASD. I saw he had sports merchandise in his booth. I like the merchandise. Look for high-end merchandise, and I say high-end. Talk about Adidas. All the things you see on my other thrift hauls that I pull, I look for those type of vendors at least in Vegas or through references. I start by asking what their minimum order quantity or price is. This specific vendor asked for a $300 minimum plus shipping. So for this one, I first started out with, I liked what I saw. He had some jerseys. I bought $300 worth of jerseys. Total was about $330. There's a video back when you check out the channel, back out where I showed an unboxing of the jerseys. Got them. They sold pretty quickly. The product was as expected. Everything was bagged. Nothing out of the ordinary. So that led me to buy more, and I bought higher quantities. So the moral story is start at the minimum level, and this is my personal preference. Start small. Once you see it sells well or it's a great product, you start buying more. The other thing that I like to look for is you want to understand if you're going to buy clothing, at least sports jerseys. What my experience says is ask if it's polybagged. Ask if it's closeout merchandise. Sometimes they will have marks on the tags. Make sure of that. Best case scenario, ask for pictures. The vendor should be able to supply you with pictures to be able to look at the merchandise, see what it looks like before you purchase it. So that's what I would recommend that you do, and be in constant contact. This guy in Buffalo that I source from, he emails me with product. He lets me know prices. He works deals with me if I buy heavy quantities. This specific quantity, I think I stated earlier, it was about 800 bucks. Let's get into it and see what I purchased. All right, so when you at least buy from this company, you get a packing slip, and that packing slip should have what you ordered: quantities, price, the out the door monetary amount. So what I do is I keep this. Not only do I keep it for myself, but I keep it for tax purposes, etc. I like to save these boxes because I use these boxes for FBA as well. And let's cut this off. Get that out of here. Fold it up. There you go. So, the invoice amount says I purchased $801, $28 shipping. So, I'm going to tilt this a little bit so you can see. Just be careful when you're buying any type of apparel and you use a knife. Go as little as possible. This company is great because they pad the top layer with cardboard, so you cannot slice anything. This is my jersey company. This is my t-shirt apparel that you saw over here with Todd Gurley. They do a fantastic job of taping, getting your merchandise the way it should be. And I'll show you here what they put underneath it here. So if I tip it over, see how they put that piece of cardboard right here? So as I slice into it, I will not slice the product. Bam. Let's talk a little bit about what I purchased, what teams, and why. When I start buying sports stuff, the next thing you want to think about is teams, product category, and quality. Mitchell & Ness is a good quality product. I sourced a Mitchell & Ness hat, brand new, from the thrift store. I believe I sold it for about $27. So I knew that brand. Plus, you see it all over. I like looking at all types of sports merchandise. So Mitchell & Ness, I think, is a quality brand. It's real thick quality, real nice. So once he sent me the full list of the new shipment of hats coming in, I went through the list, and just like Liquidation, you go through and you pick off what the teams are, what the hats are, what the brands are. Sometimes they have model-specific hats, model-specific jerseys. Look them up, see what they're selling for. If you're selling online, look them up on eBay. So that's what I did. The next thing, and those hats sold well, the next thing you look for is teams. So this is where a little experience, market research, understanding the team you're buying from. I'm not going to buy a team that I know nothing about the sport, nothing about the team, because you could potentially buy some duds. Now, with some of my research, I have purchased some dud hats. I purchased a couple others from another wholesaler, and they're sitting. I mean, I bought Dallas Stars. This year, they're not too good, I believe. I have to double check. Last I checked, they weren't too good. Vintage teams do well. If you think about the St. Louis Rams, that stuff sells pretty well. Quebec Nordiques, old school, the original 6 hockey teams, the original vintage logos. Look for that stuff. So the first purchase that I did is why I purchased this one. I'll pull one here. It is the original American Football League team, and it's the silver anniversary hat. Really cool. It is a snapback, and it's a little smaller. I mean, I'm kind of skeptical about this. I just liked the patch, but I'm taking a chance. Before I took a chance, I ordered too little, and I blew out of it too quick. So I'm gonna give this a shot. You can see these hats retail for 30 bucks. So with these, when you usually buy hats, they come in, I think, quantities of 10 or 12, depending, and they come in bags. So you can see there, I got a ton there. Let me throw it over here. You got some more. There's another. And what's nice about these is they're multi-quantity. So when you're buying from these sports wholesalers or closeouts, you have lots of quantity. Now, I had the option to choose quantity on these. Usually, I try to work with the supplier. I don't want to be the buyer that says, I only want 2 of those or 4 of those. Sometimes, if I'm not sure of the quantity, I ask them and I say, hey, what's a good quantity for you to order? I don't want to order too many, but I don't want to leave you with just double X's or double XLs. So you want to work with them if you're not buying the whole lot. If you're only buying half of it, just double check. It's a courtesy. Here's another set. So I have a ton of these. And at $30 MSRP, I'm probably going to list them for about $27.99 with best offer. And there's a ton there. So there you go. The next thing I got, it looks like I only got one of these. But when you look at hockey, think of the original 6 teams. So original 6 teams of the NHL. Look, I always forget what they are. Look them up. Detroit, Canadiens, Toronto. But Canadians have a large following. So when you start looking at teams, look at their following. Ones that make the news, ones that are in the playoffs, ones that consistently make the playoffs. So do a little research if you want to get into sports memorabilia. But I ordered 2 of these. It looks like there's only one. It does have tags. And this is not polybagged. I knew it wasn't going to be polybagged. But as previously, ask your supplier if things are polybagged or not, if they're marked off. These are actually not marked, which is nice. Usually they'll put a little line through the UPC. You can get them out if it's on a sticker. It's a little harder if they put it on the label. So that, I only got one of those. I'm going to follow up and I have to double check my invoice to see if I have pieces. He says my quantity is 90. So I'm going to add it all up, make sure we're square on what I was invoiced. The second thing I got, so you think about the Browns. You think the Browns, I mean, they're not that good. They did pretty well this year. Even when they're bad, they have a very loyal fan base. They sell really, really well. He had a bunch of Brown stuff. I say a bunch. I got 2 different sets of hats, and I got them all. Snapbacks. Snapbacks do well. Make sure you put those in the title. I'll show. Let's look at the hats, and I'll show you how I take pictures of them. These are. I think it's called the Dad Slouch hat. or the slouch Snapback. I think in the listing it said dad. I don't know why. But there, it's a adjustable cloth back strap on it. Again, new with tags. When I take pictures of hats, I take the front. If there's any markings on the side, I will include them, otherwise I don't. Take a picture of the back to show that, and of the inside. So when I take one of the inside, or this here, I'll take it to show this, as well as the label, and just show that cardboard headpiece is in there. And again, nice of these. I have a ton of these Snapback ones, and here's the other set I got. So these are Snapback, same logo. Oh, that's the Snapback. This is the Snapback. So look at that, plastic right there, 8-piece. Again, $30 retail price for these. The brown stuff, I'm expecting these to sell pretty fast. So I'm pretty pleased with those. I'm still nervous about the San Diego Chargers. We will see, but I'm taking a calculated risk. I can't go wrong, I'm hoping. But that's how I pick teams. Understand the market, understand how they're doing. The same principle holds true for polo shirts with sports, jerseys, if you look for jerseys. Yeah, that's how I do it. And little things here and there, but that's basically high level of how I look for sports teams and make decisions on wholesale lots, quantities. If things are going to sell pretty quickly, go for it. And then once playoffs roll around, or even not, or even just the season, keep your eyes out. If you have any questions, reach out. Make sure you join the Liquidation OH Facebook group. Thanks for watching, and we will see you live every night at 10 p.m. Thanks for watching. See ya.